Hello, my name is Joan Rudder-ward, and I am the host and producer of Silver Sage, a program featuring people 50 and over who are living their lives to the fullest. Our goal is to encourage you to live your life and forget your age. Besides, how old would you be if you didn't know how old you were? Today we discuss the buy local movement and how it is economically beneficial for your community. Simply put, to buy local means purchasing what you can from independent, locally owned businesses. Studies have shown purchasing locally keeps more money flowing in the community. Purchases made locally are twice as efficient in terms of keeping the local economy alive. Scott and Lori Webster are the owners of a popular, unique gift shop, Hoopla, which is a locally owned business in the city of Altadena, California. And they are strong advocates of the buy local movement. About 3/4 of the merchandise that they carry is created by local artisans. We're here today talking to Scott and Lori Webster of Hoopla Emporium. And what I would like to know now is a little bit more about the products and things that you carry in your lovely gift shop and how they're made. You have a high percentage of them made by local artisans.
Right. When Scott and I bought into the business in 2007, we wanted to differentiate ourselves from the other stores around. We thought investing in our local community would be a great idea. We have so many creative people here in Altadena, it's astounding. Authors, jewelry makers, food makers, the gamut. We've got everybody up here and it's wonderful. So we use our store to showcase their items.
Oh, that's really great.
Thank you.
Because there's some people that, there's a lot of work in trying to get into the bigger stores and things, nationally and things like that, trying to get into Walmart and stuff like that. So the fact that they can come have some place to actually showcase their items that's really good. So how does this help the community?
Joan, did you know that when you spend your money at a locally owned independent business, your money circulates in the community longer than it would if you spent your money at a big box store?
I can see that, yeah.
It does.
I can see that.
Most corporate stores are owned by out-of-state organizations.
Mm.
That money goes to their state. When you spend money at a local business that is showcasing local wares, that money stays in the community and works harder. We call it the multiplier effect.
A big movement now on buying American-made products, and there are some things that even marked American-made. How do you fit in with that movement? Is it the same thing?
Not quite the same thing, but very similar. We'd all like to see our manufacturing jobs come back to the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Supporting American could help that transpire. My idea, or our idea, is to buy hyper locally, so we're not only putting money in the pockets of the artists that live here, but they in turn spend money at other local businesses, and that's how the money keeps recirculating. And that has been our business model as a type of small business incubator in Altadena.
Yeah.
Getting the public familiar with new products, with local artists and local authors. Yeah,
right.
And companies that may not make their products in America, but are still located in Southern California, and we like to patronize them as well.
Also, with people buying things that are local made, you can get something that's a little different, something unique.
Certainly.
Because, it's not, because it's
Because it's not mass produced.
because it's not mass produced. That's what I was looking for, the word mass produced. Well, you know what? I'd like to also just take some time to look at some of the items here, and maybe you could tell us something about the artists the
Absolutely.
artisan, the makers, or I see you even have like books here from local authors and things like that as well. I mean, that's really interesting. Okay, so we're going to take a look at some of the items that they carry here that are made by the people that live here locally.
Excellent.
Okay, great.
And here we're showcasing some lovely jewelry by Anita Finnegan, Altadena resident. Anita's been making jewelry for several years, and she's got a very interesting story, and this is why I like supporting her. She's a cancer survivor. She had leukemia, she's had bone marrow transplants, and she's currently cancer-free. However, they just discovered that her husband has incurable and terminal lymph node cancer. So we do like supporting them and helping them so they can buy medication for Hoopla's youngest artists. These cards and note card sets are from the Sage Sisters Sensations. They are two sisters. They are now currently 11 and 13 years old. They both started painting when they were around 4 years old. They've won multiple awards. They do commissions. And this one here I love. This is the Altadena Country Club. We love artists of all ages at Hoopla. I'd like to introduce the newest artist to Hoopla Emporium, Ellen Hazu, who makes her products here in Altadena at the Clay Center down on Lake. She does fabulous work. Look how pretty those all are, her cups. And what's interesting about her cups is they actually have a space for your fingers. In the gift industry, they sell these, they call them hand warmer mugs. They're mass produced and all over. However, Ellen's, as you can see, the colors are luminous. The carving is amazing on the cup. She does such a fabulous job. And aren't they? And her little pinch pots, along with her soap dishes, which are perforated so the soaps will drain and not become soggy. And of course, we're showcasing on Ellen's work our locally made soaps by Rosa Leon and Pine Street Products. And also soaps by local Brenda Pace. This is our locally based food vendors here in this section. We have jams, peanut butters, drink elixirs, olive oils from 2 different sources, salsas, sauces, and jerk sauce. I wanted to highlight Jabberwocky Foods Inc., located in Altadena. This is the best jerk sauce you'll ever try. And our newest vendor, Knowing Foods. These are totally non-GMO. And these are little nut bars. I love these. It's all vegan. So we have a lot of different food offerings here at Hoopla. These are lovely fair trade produced kimonos by Elizabeth Coe in San Diego, California. They'd make an excellent bathing suit cover-up or just over a camisole and a pair of jeans. but we like the fact that they're actually funding an orphanage in Thailand called SOS Children's Villages.
The earthquakes you see in movies are one thing, but real life is a completely different animal. Just because you can't predict an earthquake doesn't mean that you can't prepare for one. In the event of a real earthquake, you should drop, cover, and hold on. Visit ready.gov/earthquake and practice what to do to keep you and your family safe in the event of a real earthquake. And you'll be seen as a hero by your family and your loved ones.
Visit ready.gov/earthquake today.
Thank you for joining me for this segment of Silver Sage called Finding Your Photographic Voice. I've been a professional photographer since 1985, and what I hope to do here is share some things with you that will help you improve or develop your own photographic vision. Each of us has our own unique way of seeing things. You can have two people photograph the same subject, yet you'll come up with entirely different results. Thank you for being here, and I hope you find the information that I will be sharing useful. Let's start with a bit of photography history. Photography as we know it came to be in the form of a daguerreotype, which was developed in France in 1839 by a chemist, Louis Daguerre. The process was introduced in the United States in the 1840s, where it became very popular. It was a very involved process in creating images using silver plates that were coated with chemicals and a big boxy camera. It took 15 seconds for the image to be imprinted upon the plate. Can you imagine holding a pose for that long? Let's try it. Pretend I'm going to take your picture. Get yourself ready and hold your pose for 15 seconds. So how did you do? However, can you imagine having a family portrait taken with several young children and getting them to hold still for 15 seconds. Today's topic is secrets to photographing children. In photographing children, I like to capture natural expressions. I like my images to look timeless and like art. I like images of them engaged in an activity or just being themselves. Here's a 3-minute slideshow just showing some examples of the type of portraiture I create. Be prepared to get on a child's level where you can see them eye to eye. I'm engaging her in conversation while I'm photographing her. Never ask a child to smile. When you do, normally you'll get those cheesy fake grins. One way I'll get kids to smile or laugh is if I ask them, "Are you ticklish? What if I came over there to tickle you?" And with this image, I am playing peekaboo with the little girl. I asked them to pick some flowers for their mommy. And I also asked them at times to show me the flowers that they picked. I would set the shot up. I would position them where I want them, and in this case, I told them to talk to each other. I had the sister tell her brother a story. I asked him to gently kiss his brother's hand. I asked the older girl to point out pictures to her sister, and then I would ask them, wow, what do you see in the book?